Well, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and as a child, like most children, start off with crayons and coloring books and I really liked doing that, so I kind of expanded and just would draw on blank pieces of paper and just continued doing that. In high school, I happened to go to a school that had an excellent art department, and I learned a lot there and just continued drawing. And during high school, we took a tour of the Cleveland Institute of Art, where I saw the industrial design department and saw them doing renderings and model making and that. And after that, I realized that's what I'd like to do for a career, because I was still unsure about how you make a living as an artist. But industrial designers can create and draw and do all sorts of fun things. So I applied there and was accepted at the Cleveland Institute of Art and graduated, and then basically pursued a career in industrial design. I always had a love for painting though, so on weekends and evenings, I continued to paint, and primarily in watercolor. Still enjoyed it, still enjoyed my day job, and to be honest, I don't consider myself or consider what sort of style I do. I just sort of paint what I like, enjoy painting. I guess there's tonalist. I tend to go in that direction. Sometimes I'll just like experimenting with painting and just kind of trying different techniques and that, and just learning from other artists how their process of creating art, some of the tools and techniques they use, and I like to apply it to the way I like to paint. I don't think of myself as having a style. I just tend to like to paint the way I want, try different techniques. Primarily, I guess my art is based on realism. I do enjoy painting landscapes and barns and that sort of thing. I was sort of fascinated with architecture in my younger days, and I thought about becoming an architect, but I'm still fascinated with the barns and just kind of the history of barns, and so I tend to gravitate toward that subject somewhat. But I also enjoy the landscapes. Getting out in nature, painting landscapes and things like that. I would attend art exhibits and enter art exhibits, and I'd run into Margaret Glazer. She's a former director of the Art Guild. She was kind of twisting my arm to apply and all that, and I took a tour of the Guild and saw the artists and the great work they were doing, and it took me a little while to kind of convince myself I was up to their standards, and I wasn't real sure even after I applied. I applied in 1995. It was a 2-year process at that time, so I was a little nervous about being voted in and that, but I was voted in and really excited to be part of the Guild, hanging my work with all those great artists and that, and I enjoyed it ever since. I keep learning from the other artists and keep improving because of them. And what I like about the Art Guild is the history part, early part of Nashville, the art colony, and the Art Guild is basically made up of members that are great artists. We're more of an art group that happens to have a gallery that we sell our art. It's a little different than just a gallery that has artists that sell paintings, and we have meetings every now and then. We get to meet with the other artists and share experiences, and it was just good to learn from other artists and be with other artists and hear their stories and things like that. I have my work at the Brown County Art Guild, of course, and I also have a website. It's huttonart.com, and you can see watercolors, oils, and that sort of thing. And I also have my art at Juniper Art Gallery in Bloomington, Indiana.